It takes all of us working together, our police forces, our frontline officers, our court system, our JPs and judges, community groups, and all levels of government to keep our people and community safe. We each have a role to play. For our part, our government is making the necessary investments to ensure that our police services have the tools and the resources they need. We're getting more boots on the ground across the province. We're expanding the number of recruits that can be trained every year at the Ontario Police College. We added 140 new spots in 2023 and will add an additional 420 spots by the end of this year. Another priority of ours is bail reform, and I want to thank the federal government for introducing Bill C-48, which toughens bail conditions for violent repeat offenders. To help do our part, last year our government announced $112 million in funding to strengthen the province's bail system. So high-risk offenders remain in jail, and anyone out on bail follows the rules. We're tackling auto theft head-on with $51 million over 3 years to help police identify and dismantle criminal networks behind auto theft rings, because people shouldn't have to live in fear of their cars getting stolen in the middle of the night or doors being kicked in at their residence, and sometimes at gunpoint. And friends, today's announcement, this landmark deal between Canada and Ontario, is going to enhance our efforts to help tackle gun crime and gang violence in our communities. The $121 million investment over 5 years is going to provide more resources for our police forces. It's going to help disrupt the drug supply chains, stop illegal guns from entering our province, curb the level of auto thefts and carjackings, and put more criminals and thugs behind bars where they belong. Friends, we're doing everything we can to support our police services, from making investments in new technologies and innovative policing initiatives, fighting guns and gangs, to bringing in new recruits. We'll do whatever it takes to keep our people and our community safe.
Therefore, I'm very happy to announce that the Government of Canada will invest $121 million towards crime prevention and enforcement efforts in cities right across Canada, including right here in the York region. This investment will support efforts to address, obviously, as the Chief noted, gun and gang violence, but it will also support efforts from police officers across the province to deal with the criminal linkages, the organized crime linkages to an increasingly violent and alarming circumstance around auto theft. Building on that work, all of us, the Government of Ontario, the Government of Canada, our municipal partners, have been in regular discussions on ways that we can work together in a more enhanced and effective way. I talked with the Solicitor General about this again this morning. The Premier and I have spoken about it as well. Our government is convening, as you know, a national summit on combating auto theft next week in Ottawa. The Government of Ontario is an extraordinary partner in this work, and it will be an effort for us to further coordinate joint activities, build on joint initiatives that are already underway, but identify, more importantly, other solutions, better solutions where we can work together with industry, with the insurance industry, and obviously with law enforcement personnel across the province of Ontario, around the country. And I'm happy to tell you that the RCMP and Canada Border Services agencies are prepared to increase their collaboration and their investments with partners in the province of Ontario and the province of Quebec to ensure that we're doing everything we can collectively to do this work. So Arif and I and our colleagues are looking forward, Premier, to have representatives of your government and other partners in Ottawa next week. And I think that this is a way that we can double down together on efforts to deal with an alarming and worrisome circumstance that many people talk to all of us about, and they deserve to know their governments are doing everything they can collaboratively together to deal with this problem.